That's strange. But I'm standing under this light, so maybe you guys can make me out here a little bit. So apparently if I have a picture, it actually brightens up like normal, but if I hit the record button, it dims it, so I'm not really sure what's going on with that. But anyway, this is smoke break. I decided to make a video on the left in the United States is getting out of control here with this whole Russia thing. Because let's think about this logically, right? So let's just say, for the sake of argument, Russia did, do all these things, hacked all these emails. WikiLeaks works for the Russians, and so wouldn't it just be easier not to be evil dirtbags to begin with? That way, they don't have anything to find on you. Like, isn't that really more important here? Like, so, you know what I'm saying? If they just weren't dirtbag scumbags, you really wouldn't have to worry about outside countries hacking their emails and exposing them for being scumbag dirtbags, It's... So, if it's not that, it must be like... What's some of the smoke out here? It must be, what was it? There was the black lady. What's her name? Head of the DNC. Supposedly she fielded questions to Hillary Clinton or something like that. And I'm not going to think of her name, so I'll just go on. But you guys know what I'm talking about. She has like kind of crazy hair with, let's see, what the hell's her name? I can't think of it. Anyway, she was basically saying that, these were procured, by illegal means. So basically implying, I guess, that they could be made up, I guess. Like, how could they make all those up? You know what I'm saying? Why would they go to the trouble of making all this up, and then randomly they just pick the, let's have it be an email between this lady to Hillary Clinton. Why? It just seems like a random thing to make up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if they're going to make up something, it would be bigger than that, I think. Like, that's a precision shot. Like, if you're, like, let's think about, like, football. That's like a pass. It's a bunch of passes 3 yards downfield. They get 3 yards every time. They go for it on fourth down every time, and they get it. And they march down the field and get a touchdown. If they're going to make something up, it would just be, like, 3 big things. It wouldn't be like, all these fucking emails, these hundreds and hundreds of emails through WikiLeaks. Probably a lot. Some of them are probably just regular shit, and then they, pepper in the I guess they pepper in creative things like this. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any logical sense to me why it would go down like that. So I'm just not a believer in this whole Russian conspiracy thing. So I just wanted to make a video on it, because I saw some lady on The View, saying that, isn't it about time Trump stepped down, because you might as well put the sickle and hammer on the White House right now. I mean, come on, folks. Come on. If you don't realize you're getting played by the mainstream media by now, and I think some of them are actually just useful idiots. Like, they just go along with, they don't really have that, like some of us have had, where the fucking light bulb goes off and it's like, oh, these people are fucking with me. You know what I mean? At some point in our life, there's just a percentage of people that just never goes off, and it's getting scary now. And I just don't understand it, because I've a light bulb went off with me a long fucking time ago, and I've just been waiting. I won't say how I was probably I don't know, probably 8th grade, when I kind of realized there's a lot of bullshit like to what's going on. I didn't really fully come to the understanding of kind of where I am at now, but it's it troubles me that people can just be like, watch the TV, and it just never goes off. Just never. They're just like, yes, the Russians, yes, and the people on the TV are like, I think some of them are just like them. They just believe it because, well, everybody else believes it, so it must be true. The Washington Post has a source, an unnamed source. I mean, so it must be true. I have a source inside the Washington Post that says they eat raw goats. It has to be true. I have an unnamed source that I'm not going to name him because of journalistic integrity. Come on. Just makes me laugh sometimes. It's all you can do. It's like George Carlin had this bit or he was being interviewed maybe, and he just said, no, you just gotta, when you're born into this world, how's it go? When you're born into this world, you're given tickets to the freak show. If you're born in America, you got a front row seat. I miss George Carlin. He would have had one hell of a time with this election. I'm sure he would not have supported Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton, but what do you have to say? The fucking set that he would have about this whole fucking election cycle would be something to behold. It'd probably save comedy right now, because comedy's fucking dying. Because everybody's fucking offended by everything. Everybody's fucking offended by everything. It's fucking killed comedy. The Daily Show isn't funny anymore. I'd watch it even though I wasn't like, I was somewhat conservative and didn't agree with everything they were pushing, but they were still like kind of funny. Now they're not even funny. They're just like lecturing me about how bad I am because I voted for Donald Trump, and it's all it is, just a big lecture. It's like, but we'll see what happens. I'm a little nervous about the housing market right now because, in case you guys haven't noticed, if you go on like these retailer sites, right? Like you'll look at it and you'll be like, you know what town this is in? I'm just talking about, and it's away from everything, but they want like $275,000 for it, or 300. I saw one for $400,000, and I was like, $400,000, Jesus Christ, and they're not worth that, folks. And the rent is fucking way too high, like everywhere, because everyone's property values are fucking skyrocketing, so they can charge more for rent because there's no fucking affordable housing anywhere in Maine, at least up here. So like, especially for what people get paid up here, it's not a lot. And it's usually you're ending up paying the fucking heat and electricity. And in Maine, that's a big deal. So I just don't know what's going to happen here, but seems like a bubble to me. Seems like a bubble to me. And if I remember right, last time we changed our 8th year president, the economy went to fucking shit in a fucking handbasket, if you remember right. So, might be prime time for that. That'll be fucking fun. This has been Smoke Break. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button. Have a good night. Down to the butt. See? I dropped my phone on my fucking new tripod. Apparently doesn't work. But luckily, this phone is fucking very durable. So even if I drop it, it won't break. And of course, I actually planned that this might happen, and I put pillows down to see if it would go, and it actually worked. It flipped off here. You guys went like this in slow motion, and then you went like that, and you hit the pillow. You hit that pillow right there. You bounced, boop, and that's like the hit, and you hit the other pillow right there, and I picked you up. So, goes to show, planning ahead and thinking works. Especially, they say not to plan for failure, but I'm really good at it. So, have a good night.